Welcome to episode number 2 of the Get to Know podcast. Today we have Sam Gonzales, one of my good friends and one of my very, very well-loved sponsors. He's a co-owner of Retro Cactus Hat Co.
Yeah.
Co-founded
Co-founded Retro Cactus Hat Co. It was originally Rodeo Cold Hat Co. But we had some trouble with the name, some legal trouble with the name. Can't get into too much details about it. And Rodeo Cold, man, what a story that was.
Yeah.
You know, so Rodeo Cold, back in 2022, I wanted to start a hat company, right? I was working in the Western industry at the time, and there was so many hat companies popping up, and I just really liked the idea of a lot of people under one name. And so going into 2022, a goal of mine was to start one, right?
Yeah.
And we had come up with so many names that just didn't click. One of them was like Smokin' Yodi Hat Co. And we couldn't, like, we had the name, but we didn't have like the logo, we didn't have the motto, we didn't have like any designs for it. Just couldn't come up. And one day I was out with a good buddy of mine, very good friend of mine. His name is Brandon. We were out roping, and he had a few beers in his truck. And he goes, you know, go get some, like go grab them. And Brandon had his tent very, very, very dark.
Okay.
And so it's middle of March, and so the tent held a lot of the heat out. And so when I go get it, I'm like, man, these aren't hot, considering we're in the Texas heat right now.
Yeah.
But they're also not cold. And so I was like, this is, you know, these are like Rodeo Cold, because Rodeo Cold's a saying we would say. And then I was like, man, Rodeo Cold Hat Co. Man, that just sounds like it would click. Mm-hmm. And so I went and told Brandon, and the rest is history with that. Rodeo Cold just took off. We came up with a design.
Yeah.
We came up with a logo, more designs for the hats. And over the past 3 years, it had grown into something, honestly, I wouldn't have it even imagined.
Yeah.
The family that we had created, the designs that we have made, the events that we were at, I mean, people were wearing our hats, not only all across San Antonio, but Texas, the country, and even the world, you know? So when we had this whole issue here at the beginning of 2025 with the name, it was a bummer, man.
Yeah.
It was a bummer.
I bet it was.
Everybody, you know, even including yourself.
Yeah. I was crushed.
Everyone was bummed by it. I mean, I'm even still bummed by it, but
you had a nice tattoo.
I did. Yeah. Yeah, I did. I have a pretty nice tattoo. I hate to say it, but there's a wasp nest like right there, by the way. So we just don't provoke it. You know,
we're filming outside today because it is a pretty nice day with the breeze.
yeah, it's beautiful. And so, you know, we tried to essentially come up with a name all over again, and we wanted to keep the RC as much as we can, mm-hmm. Just because, I mean, the RC is like our main logo. A few people have it tattooed on them, a few of our close friends. Yeah. And we tried so many names and they just weren't clicking. And finally, the other co-founder, Ryan, he liked the name Retro. And I don't know how it just came. I said, well, what if we did like Retro Cactus? And I mean, since then, we've had the name since April of 2025. Yeah. So we have the same initials, RCHC, but we don't, you know, the names change, but the people are the same.
Yeah, it's still
right?
clicking.
It's still clicking, you know, same family, different name.
Yeah.
So that's a little brief history about RC. The beginning so far, and we still have tons of like opportunities and things we want to do as far as RC goes. It's just a matter of doing it, you know. Yeah. And me and Ryan, we're just so busy with like our regular work. Sometimes it does get a little hard to focus on, like, I guess, our side job.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you, like, what's opened up for you trying to balance out growing your business and then also between the work that you're doing already?
Yeah. So, I mean, I got a new job and it's truly been a blessing. Very thankful for the opportunity that was presented to me. You know, I had been praying for quite some time for the Lord to open, new doors for me. That way I could learn a lot of life lessons and learn new things. And so I was presented an opportunity, and it's been great. We work hard. I work hard at my job and I try to work hard, but there's just so many other things outside of work that I do that takes some time away from like RC. If I'm not at work or when the work day's done, I try to find myself in the gym. I try to go 5 to 6 times a week.
Nice.
Usually give myself an off day, and then if I'm not at the gym, I'm usually somewhat involved with my church. With my life team at my church, or I'm at Bible study.
What church are you currently going to?
So I go to Meta Church. It's a great church. Been going there for coming up on a year now, I would say. I would say about a year. And it's been, fantastic. Those guys over there they're truly a blessing. Every single one, all the life team leaders, the Pastor Clay, and those guys, my life team leaders, Adam, they're just great, man. They have helped me tremendously get on the right path that I needed to be to become the man in the Lord's eyes, right? The man that I want to be in the Lord's eyes, and following his word, and
that's so powerful.
They hold me accountable, especially in my life team. They hold me accountable to pick up the book, right?
Yeah.
Pick up the good book. And so I have, I've been reading it every day and, reading Psalms. And then I've been reading it with some other friends of mine. They have like their own Bible study. And so, I've been reading it with them. So a lot of my time, is work, gym, or Jesus.
Yeah.
So and when I'm not doing any of those 3 things, I'm relaxing. I'm spending time with family or friends, and so it is real hard sometimes to set some time aside for RC, just because it's not something that you can do in 5 or 10 minutes.
Right.
It's a business, right? It's a side business, and so to sit down and look at numbers and look at designs, come up with designs, look at colors, pair things together, call people, your manufacturer companies, things like that. It just takes time as of right now that I don't have. And maybe I do, but like I said, the free time that I do have, I'm relaxing.
Yeah.
So that's the goal. Is once I can get in a routine and I can find a consistent routine, definitely make time for RC more and get back to doing what we love.
Dude, you're a big leader. From my perspective,
Yeah.
You've always been a big leader.
I appreciate
I
that.
remember the first time I met you, I was like, this guy's got something different about him. And whenever somebody's around you, most of the time they're smiling. Right?
That means a lot. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I try to, I just think there's already too much negativity in the world.
Yeah.
We need a smile. You know what I mean?
Sure.
One smile can, if you can make one person happy a day, that'll change the world.
Dude, seriously.
And all it takes is a smile. We live in a world right now that is just consumed by anger and hate and division, and really all we need is just more positivity in the world, and I think we'll all progress, right, as a world, not even just as a country, but as a world.
Yeah.
Right? We see it all across the globe. And so I try to live every day, wake up with a smile, go to bed with a smile. One, because it's a blessing that we get to wake up every day. It's a blessing that we have what we have. But one smile could change the world.
Oh, for sure, man.
So,
you go to go line, you smile at the person that's serving you.
Yeah.
You never know what they're going through.
Dude, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And then they you can hear them talk nicer to the next customer, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much you can change someone just by being kind.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people may not necessarily realize that, but that's what a smile can do.
Dude.
You know, is show them that being kind can change someone, and being kind like takes literally nothing. It doesn't cost anything.
Do you remember those commercials when we were kids? And I think it was they were literally, I think it was a movement called Be Kind, and it was like a small
like
gesture.
Disney Channel?
I think it might have been. I think they might have paid Disney to get on as a commercial.
Like hashtag Be Kind.
Yeah, it was hashtag Be Kind, and I was pretty sure like it would have like something nice that somebody would do, and it'd be like just hashtag Be Kind at the end. And I remember seeing those, and it was just like, wow, that makes me feel so good.
Yeah.
And then now like most of the commercials are.
I don't know. I'd have to go look. When I hear Be Kind, I don't know why. I think of the Kind bars.
Oh,
like the protein. I think of the protein bars as soon as you said Be Kind.
It's because your mind's right in the gym all the time.
Dude, either that or I'm a little hungry. But I'm gonna have to go look that up. It sounds familiar.
Yeah.
But I can't picture it. So
I think it was like a sub movement of, remember the Got Milk?
Well, I remember the Got Milk.
Yeah.
And I remember like the Play 60, from the NFL, trying to get kids to be outside. Be Kind. No, I'm gonna have to go look that up for sure.
I'm pretty positive there's one called Be Kind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember how old I was specifically, but I for some reason I can see a couple commercials playing in my head.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like, man, that made me feel good.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, man. Of course.
Yeah. So let's talk about the Sam Gonzales story before Retro Cactus came into play, before it came into rodeo.
Yeah.
Play. Like, what is the Sam Gonzales story leading up to that?
I guess it depends on which chapter you want to start.
Well, let's go.
Oh man.
Where did you notice that you would change people's attitudes the most? Like when did that spark happen?
Man, I think it really started when I was a kid. I've been very blessed that I was raised by, two kind-hearted people, right? My mom and dad they're the most wonderful souls that I know. And they truly raised me. My mom and dad, they're older, right? Yeah. My dad's about to be 70, my mom's about to be 60. So I was raised with a lot of like the old school morals, right? Mm-hmm. Like a lot of the old school values. And so I've taken that into like my personality, right? Because that's how I was taught, and I don't want to disappoint them. I guess it was just throughout, when I was a kid and we'd play outside, in the street, football, basketball, I'd want to include everyone as much as possible. Throughout middle school, I remember like this one story, this girl was like being picked on the bus, and we got off the bus, and I remember she was real sad, and we lived on the same street, so I offered, like to walk her home, just to help uplift her. And then all throughout high school, multiple people would tell me like, you seem more mature than your age, right? And a lot of it came from how I was raised, and the morals and stuff. But I think it was just more of, I wanted everyone around me to be happy.
Yeah.
Right. And so anytime that I entered a room or that I was in a friend group, like I did everything I possibly could to make sure that everyone was content and happy.
Yeah.
Right. I always tried to uplift everyone around me because I love seeing other people succeed. Like
you had the mentality of like, what's the point of being down?
And when I see someone down and when I see someone struggling, like I love to do as much as I can to help bring them up, right? Because I want to see my peers winning. And so I think I saw my character be built through life experiences starting from when I was a kid. From the kid in the street to middle school to high school to even now. You know what I mean? Like I'm still learning things. I'm still going through experiences. And I mean, I've had a huge experience in my life that changed my life. And it traumatized me in a good way, mm-hmm. I guess you could say. And it ultimately helped me become a better person.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. If you're willing to go into depth in that story, I'm sure that people will love to hear it.
Yeah. So when I was, I think it was 2020. I had essentially, I had a piece of metal, kind of cut my eye open, essentially, and it was crazy because in that moment I was texting a friend what we were gonna do for Halloween. It was in October of 2020, and then 5 minutes later, there's like blood rushing down my face, you know. And I remember, you know, we went to like 3 different doctors and hospitals that night, and the last doctor essentially said like, hey, you're gonna have to go into emergency surgery tonight. And I told them, I said, look, you're a doctor, clearly,
Yeah.
right? Do whatever you got to do. Just don't take the eye out, right? Because that was a thought on my mind. You know, I was like, I could wake up with just one eye, you know, and I hate to say that, and I don't mean that in a mean way, but like that was a thought, right? So I said, do what you got to do, just don't take it out. And so I woke up the next morning, and my eye was like glued shut, very still on like the drugs of anesthesia and stuff. But the doctor came in and essentially explained that there was so much damage, all they did was like close up the wound, and that they were just gonna hope that like the eye would heal itself and that the blood would drain. And so for the next few weeks, like we, you know, constant doctor appointments, and I was on like eye drops for like, I was on 8 different eye drops for like 4 times a day. I couldn't sleep right. I couldn't, like, vision light wise hurt, right? Like I couldn't look at the TV for a long period of time because it would hurt, you know, my vision and my good eye, especially. Being outside, I couldn't drive, things like that. Everything of that, like my life and world completely changed upside down within minutes, right? When we think of it. And so I went through probably the most depression I've ever been through in my life. But in the darkness, I found light, right? You know, I found Jesus, and Jesus saved me. And I realized, hey, I got to pick myself up. You know, of course you have friends and family around who are trying to encourage you, but at the end of the day, you got to pick yourself up, right? When you're a baby, you fall on the ground, who picks you up? Nobody, yourself, right? Yeah, you have your parents to help and support you, but as you get older, when you fall off your bike, who picks you up? Yourself. Yeah. You get like as we go through life and we fall down, you pick yourself back up. And so I had to pick myself up mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. And I had to learn how to live the way I was, right? And so for a few months, I was blind in my left eye for, I think it was about half a year. Yeah, a little over half a year. And in June of 2021, I had a cornea transplant surgery. Thankfully, by the gift of an organ donor. And I've had that same cornea in my eye ever since. And so I've been very blessed that the Lord has, you know, because there's so many risks with organ donation, right? Your body scientifically could reject it, right? There's just so many complications. And so I've been very blessed that the Lord has given me one that the person that I got the transplant from was an organ donor. But that too, you know, I was able to get the transplant, you know, the doctors performed the surgery well, and that the transplant is still holding and holding strong, right? Very blessed. But that entire experience and that entire situation, like, I always tell people, I know for a fact I have worse vision than like 90% of people, right? You know, I technically only have like one good eye that has vision, and then the other one I'm like blind like 40 to 60% in it. But dude, it's given me like the best vision that I could have ever asked for. You know, like I've seen the world in a different perspective. I've seen my friends and family in a different perspective. I've just been so grateful of every day. So I truly believe that it happened for a reason. You know, the Lord wanted me to have a story the Lord wanted me to have an experience that I could hold on to and carry and share throughout my entire journey here.
I mean, look, that's one of the biggest reasons why I wanted you on this podcast and why you're one of my best friends is because, dude, you walk around with one of the biggest hearts in the world. And like I idol that. Like I look at you and I'm like, man, I want to be more like Sam. I want to go about my day and put smiles on people's faces. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It means a lot. Like when I get told that type of stuff, it warms my heart because I know that what I'm trying to do and what I am doing is helping others and changing the world in a better way,
dude.
Right?
It's monumental change.
Absolutely.
And you dude. Last episode, we were talking about how when we do work like this in our life, we're not just healing like our community, we're healing generation of family trauma and pain. Yeah. Like, oh man. What was the moment that, like, when the accident happened, right? Was it the moment of I can't see because it's in pain, or was it like the after the fact where you felt more like in shock? Like, where was like the...
I think honestly, dude, it was like adrenaline.
Yeah.
You know, at first, like in that moment, I didn't know the severity of the situation. I really thought that maybe like I scratched my contact and then my contact like somehow cut my eye and my eye was just bleeding. Like I didn't know the severity of the situation.
Yeah.
And I don't think my body knew. You know, we all go through adrenaline, you know, and adrenaline takes away a lot of like pain, shock, things like that. I don't think it was until like I was laying in the hospital bed, you know, with everything connected up to me, and you know, I was on these pain reliever drugs and just, you know, anesthesia, morphine, all these stuff. Like, I don't think it was till then that I realized, like, okay, I'm not going home tonight. You know, like I'm spending the night in a hospital room. So I think it wasn't until that night, but up until then, like I truly thought, I was like, look, I'll go to the doctor, they'll patch me up, and I'll just go home. But like, who knows the severity of that situation, right? Like we are so blessed, and we take for granted every day that we don't take into effect like these types of things. You know what I mean? Like it's not every day that you go through something like that, so you don't know what to experience or what pain to feel.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, you sharing this story, there's somebody out there that could be going through the exact same thing.
Right. And it may be like, it may not even be like an eye injury, right? You know, it could be like another physical injury, maybe emotional injury, you know, mental injury, things like that. Like mental health is so huge to me because like I've been in that position. I've felt loneliness. I've seen loneliness. I felt darkness. I've seen darkness. So I know what, and everybody goes through their own battles, but I've been on that battlefield before. You know, everybody's facing their own enemy, but everybody's on the same battlefield.
Yeah.
So and so that's why like I'm a huge like advocate like for mental health, because I didn't understand it at first up until my accident, and it wasn't until then I realized like mental health is huge. You know, for everyone, right?
Yeah.
For guys and girls, everybody goes through their own battles.
Yeah, I mean, if you're struggling with mental health, then everything else literally has a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
Your body starts to fail in certain positions. You notice that like it's hard to compensate what you're doing.
Yeah.
It gets heavy. I've had some pretty heavy mental health moments too, and yeah, nobody's alone in this. That's the beauty of actually this podcast. It was created to share stories, to show that everybody has something relatable. So everybody's trauma, we can all learn from each other, and it creates unity in the world. Yeah,
and that's awesome, man. Like I said, I love what you do. You know, when I heard that you were doing the podcast and I listened to the first episode, like it's great. It's great to get people's stories out there because you don't know who you're helping. You know, 1,000 people might listen to it, but as long as you help that one person, you know what I mean? Like you're doing your job.
Yeah.
So
You never know who's out there, right? And
Right.
then I like how earlier you were saying, like, you got to get yourself up at every situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you say you go to the gym pretty consistently. Man, I bet sometimes, like, I do the same thing. You know, you get up in the morning, you want to go, and then for some reason something feels off, and you're like, I'm not going to do it. And then when you don't go, what happens? You don't have that drive, right? That you had set up for you for the rest of the day, and there's that lack of fulfillment in yourself because you were like, man, I didn't accomplish that goal.
Right.
And then you start being hard on yourself and start quitting.
Right.
You don't deserve that. Everybody deserves. Especially like for myself, I deserve to reward myself so much, whether that's through work or through celebration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Absolutely.
So what are some of the plans coming up for Retro Cactus?
I don't know, man. We usually just take it. We take it by the day. You know, we there's opportunities that are like presented to us, such as like vendor days or market days, but it goes back to like not having the time to like sit down and plan it.
Yeah.
I would say, I mean, right now the goal is to start planning like fall stuff essentially. Yeah. You know, like hunting hats, maybe like collegiate and football themed stuff. That would be my guess, like fall colors, fall outfits. And then I always say that I want to drop hoodies in like October, but for the past 2 years we've dropped them in like December. But at the same time, like we live in Texas, right? So
San Antonio doesn't get cold till that time.
It only gets cold. It doesn't get cold till like the end of December, anyways. And so, but I would like for the hoodies to be like ready by October. So I'll probably start planning that in like August or September or something like that. But I would say right now would just be like planning for the fall.
Yeah, I love the community y'all get to build too. Like the Retro Cactus community. Even when it was rodeo cold, everybody was passionate about it.
Yeah.
I would constantly see stories pop up on my feed.
Yeah.
I was like, man, like look at all the love that they're creating right now.
And that's what I honestly like. That's what I miss about Rodeo Cold was the name was just so.
The story really
clean.
told it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Like it was just Rodeo Cold, you know. And so that it's hard because you gotta try to build that momentum back up again, essentially.
Yeah.
You know. But at the same time, like it is my fault because I'm not out there, you know. I guess. Propaganding I don't even know if that's the word. Propaganda it or promoting it. There you go. That's the word.
Yeah, I'm
not promoting it as much as I was with Rodeo Cold. You know, you go to the Instagram, I'm posting like once every 2 weeks. You know what I mean? But it's just I feel like once I can build that momentum up again and I can reignite that flame, dude, it's gonna spread like wildfire.
Let's talk about your work experience so far in life. What's that all been like?
So, like job?
Yeah.
So I was in the Western industry for about 6 years, and I loved it, man.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it. I love the Western industry. It is such a small industry when you think about it compared to like other industries. Everyone within the Western industry is family.
Yeah.
I met so many great people. I met friends that I still talk to now. I've met lifelong friends. I've been able to travel because of it. I've met other like important figures, right? I've been able to learn lessons and skills through the Western industry that I'm going to hold on to. I've learned.
Yeah, I think you tweaked my hat one time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think you helped me out.
That's a skill, you know, that I'll forever be able to hold on to. And, you know, towards the end of like my career working within the Western industry, my goal was people that were coming in to work with me. I knew that wasn't their forever job, right? So I did everything I could to help train them to be the better person that you could possibly be. Are you like watching that fly on you? You can't make it mad because then they're all gonna come flying. Oh, it's on you.
It's all right.
There's just a wasp on him right now. If it comes on me, I might just scoot away.
We're good.
It's
As
right
long as
there
it
on the
doesn't
bait.
get squished.
Well, don't move your leg. But so Western industry for about 6 years, and I did everything I could to try to teach people about what skills they could take into their right life. So,
I know it's pretty hard to do a podcast,
dude,
right now
no.
with wasps, but you just gotta stay calm. They can feel your pheromones or smell them. Technically speaking,
I've never even heard of that, but hopefully,
you know that?
I did not, but
So
hopefully
like
it stays
the more
over there.
the more nervous you get, the more attracted they get to
Oh,
you.
really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
So don't sweat. No, I'm just kidding.
I know, right?
No, like I met you when you worked at Cavender's,
Yeah.
right? And yeah, man, you're completely right. Everyone that loves Western wear immediately is connected.
Yeah,
Yeah, because everybody appreciates keeping the culture going.
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
great. I mean, like I said, what rodeo and cowboy or rodeo contestants and cowboys and cowgirls and ranch hands and anybody connected to the Western industry, like there's just such a bold respect for them, you know, because of what they do. They're keeping tradition and values alive, and I mean, the majority of them are the backbone of our country. You know what I mean? When it comes to like the agriculture and them raising cattle and beef and stuff like that. So
Goods don't come from nothing.
right. And rodeo contestant, dude, those are some of like the toughest people on the planet.
Down.
Like if you can get on a bull that weighs 100 times you and stay on there for 8 seconds, I mean, people have gotten seriously injured by that.
Would you get on a bull? Is that on your bucket list?
It is probably not like a PBR bull because those bulls are
No.
bred.
Those are
Bred
$1 million.
Yeah, those are $1 million
okay.
bulls. Would I get on a bull? Yes, 100%.
my God.
I would 100% get on a bull.
If you're somebody that can get us on a bull, email me.
And he'll get with me. 'Cause
Yes.
I think I would for a bucket list.
Yeah.
You know, because bulls, as far as I know, I mean, a ranch bull compared to like a PBR bull, like I hope they're not as aggressive. I could be wrong.
I think I think it all depends on the bull.
But I mean, I would love to get on one as long as I had the right gear.
Put me on a small bull.
I would say that. You know, as long as I had a helmet and a chest plate or vest, I'll be ready to roll.
You said roping, right? You done some roping?
I haven't done it like competitively or like off a horse. You know, like I mentioned earlier, my good buddy, one of my best friends, Brandon, he competitively ropes, and so I would just go with him.
Mm-hmm.
I would just go with him, and like I would rope the dummy or help him out, or I would, you know, drive the four-wheeler and he would, you know, try to rope as a healer. So I would just help him out, but I wasn't like a cowboy or anything.
Yeah.
So
you did get a little bit of the itch though, where you're like, man, this is fun.
I did, but then you got to buy the horse and you got to keep it, and I'm like, I don't have the money for that right now.
It's so expensive.
Yeah, but he's the cowboy, and like I say, we would go out and I would help him. So, and I would just rope the dummy, things like that. So.
Yeah, keeping the cowboy culture alive. I remember when I was a kid and going to like the Poteet Festival and they'd have the rodeo every year. And then going to some of my family's ranch and like seeing the animals, and I'd be like, man, this is a cool lifestyle.
It's great. It's cool, man. It's great.
It smells a little bit, but you'll get used to it.
Yeah, you got to. It's a beautiful smell once you get used to it.
So, are you a big man on hunting?
I like hunting. It's hard, especially like in Texas though, because if you don't have land or you don't know anyone, it's hard to hunt.
Yeah.
You know, because then you gotta like some of the prices to go hunting are pretty high up there. You know, so I love hunting. I love the game. I love the sport of it. You know, feasting or going on a hunt and then, you know, eating it after. But I would say no, I don't have like land or know someone though with property.
Yeah, I remember one of my high school coaches in golf. He had some land. He'd always tell my pops and I to go hunting with him.
Yeah.
But we were like, it's kind of weird.
It's fun. I enjoy it. I if I could, like if I had the opportunity, like I would love to do like a hunt, maybe like in Montana or like, you know, one of the Dakotas or Colorado, get some big game like that. Because the meat on those jokers, dude, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, like I remember one time I was in Colorado and I had like, I think like a bison burger or venison burger.
It's different,
right? It was good. Yeah, it was good, man. It's definitely different, you know, because their environment up there is different from how it is down here. You know?
So
we don't even have bison. But
after Western wear, right? After working in the Western industry, what was the transition, and then where did it go?
Yeah, so I got presented an opportunity to be a salesman for a turf company, and I love it. I mean, I love what I do, everything about it. Great company to work for, great employees, bosses, things like that. Everything about it, I just love, and I don't see myself going anywhere.
Yeah,
you know, I don't. I really enjoy the opportunity that was presented to me. I love everything about it. Love the product. Love the people I meet. I've met some pretty cool people. So I don't see myself doing anything else right now.
Yeah.
So,
how do you like sales so far? Because I know you went from retail sales,
right?
So like, how was your transition to, speaking, commercial sales?
It's the same concept, but a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know, we still, you know, in sales in general, you still have the same goals and mindset of sales, right? But, you know, learning the material was a little bit different. You know, I had known nothing but Western wear for 6 years.
Yeah.
You know, to go to turf, it was a big change.
Belts, boots, shirts, and hats. Turf.
Big difference. Like I said, the concept is still the same though, sales-wise, right? You want to provide the customer with an opportunity and experience that they can't say no to.
Yeah. Right.
But I don't even see them as like customers. I see them more as like people that could become family, right? I tell everyone, hey, welcome to the family.
Dude, that's the right mentality.
Right. You know, welcome to the family. We love you, that you are a part of the opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, being not just a salesman, but a caring person towards that customer. You know, maybe they mention something about their kid, and then the next time you see them, you ask them, hey, how's Johnny doing? You know what I mean? Like, to them, that goes a long way, right? That you remember that. As a matter of fact, I'll give an example.
Yeah.
I had a customer recently who dog passed away unexpectedly, and I wanted to give them, because I feel for them. Like, my dog is getting old, so I know that there's gonna come a day where, you know, she crosses the Rainbow Bridge, and so like I stopped and I got him cookies and I wrote him a handwritten note, or handwritten note.
Dude, that's so nice.
And I gave him, because to me, like on a human standpoint, that means a lot, right? I don't want to see them as just like, hey, we did your job, we're moving on. No,
Yeah.
like, I want you to know that I care about you. I'm sorry for the loss of your pet. Call me if you need anything.
Dude, I used to, when I first got that sales job with that water sales, like the water filtration company.
Yeah.
At first, it was brought up to me like that I can use my big heart to complete it. But then, when the performance got tighter during the cold season, right? It was like sell, close out, whatever it takes, right? Be short with the customers, get it done so you can get to another place.
Yeah.
And it did make me feel pretty sick on the inside, because it was like, now I'm looking at them as a number.
Right.
Like, I look like a teenager sometimes, right? So I'm over here, I'm already walking into somebody's home. I'm telling them that they're gonna have to cut into things to put this system in, and then now you're telling me that just to treat them like a number, and they invited me into their place.
Yeah.
And it was so contradicting for me. And I have friends that are still working with that company, and they do very well, but it was hard for me to buy into being a closer mentality instead of being a family man.
Yeah.
that was a big struggle. I remember there was one house that I got really close to the customer. He unfortunately passed away a couple months later, and his wife kept in touch with me, and then my manager, when I left, kept in touch with her, and I heard that like the relationship went south real quick.
Yeah.
And it was heartbreaking because I still remember them. I remember how kind they were.
Yeah.
And I did leave, right? But I do wish that that relationship stayed between them and the company. But
yeah.
It didn't. And I get the concept of trying to close and continue to make business and stay I guess stoic, right, with customers, or like stern, but I think maybe that's where you and I might be different. Is I was raised with the same morals, I feel like, and I feel like I can't be like harsh on people.
Yeah. And that's what I love about like my job now is like I get to be myself. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's still like a sales pitch. And
you're not
like
putting on this mask.
Right, yeah. I don't have to put on a mask. I get to be myself and talk to customers like on a personal level. You know, and be like, hey, if you want it, let's create your dream backyard. You know, let's create your dream front yard.
Dude, I remember you had that same mentality. Like you learned that over the years working, because when I met you at Cavender's, dude, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember.
Let's create your dream outfit.
Dude, I remember going there and being so excited if you were working, because I was just like, I'm gonna talk to Sam.
Yeah,
let's go.
And that's what I love. Like it's the same concept. Like making those connections, building those relationships. Like that's what I love.
Yeah.
So,
dude, I mean, you get to show up as a leader with the company you're starting, right? And you also get to show up as a leader for the community that's built up with it. Like I'm sure that. You'll probably have some listeners in on this, and they'll be like, "Man, he's like."
I hope some of my friends here. I think it'd be pretty cool. So
hopefully you get some virtual hugs from some people, because I love what you're doing and what you're representing.
Virtual hug.
Yeah, there we go.
Virtual
hug. We go. So let's talk about. Let's see. What would be a message? What would be a message to somebody that you would say from what you've learned, right, over your years of life? And obviously you want to create that connection and obviously share how happy you are and show that everybody can be like this. What would be that message that you would go say? I was that person.
I would say, everybody always says never quit, right? Never give up. I like to say never back down. I think, and a lot of it stems from my faith, right? The day the Lord walked out of that tomb, the devil was defeated, right? And the devil can't defeat you, but he can try to derail you, right? My pastor says that, and it stuck with me. And so don't back down from the challenge, right? You don't have to learn to weather the storm. Learn to dance in it. Learn to enjoy it, right? Learn to enjoy that storm, because you're going to show the enemy that you're stronger than that storm, right? If they whisper to you, here comes the storm, you tell them back, I am the storm. You know what I mean? Like, don't back down. Whatever happens in life, whatever experience or situation that you are in or presented with, don't back down. Because I promise you, when that storm is done and you're still dancing, the sun is going to be shining on you.
Dude, that's so crazy that you say that, like the storm. Literally in my room, I have a vision board, and one of the things is that I'll praise you in the storm, and it's a boat with waves around it.
You don't learn to fight the storm, learn to embrace it.
Yeah.
Learn to embrace it.
Yeah. Dude, everything's a beautiful lesson, right?
I'm a huge Marvel fan.
Oh, okay.
I'm a huge Marvel fan. Yeah, we're gonna go there. There's a huge Marvel fan, and spoiler alert if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame, but
there's no way you haven't seen it, I was gonna say, right?
I mean, what? Almost 6 years later, you have to have seen it. The scene where Thor is like, he's down after building the axe. What is it called? I just went blank. It's not Mjolnir. Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
He's down and they're trying to wake him up. How does he arrive to Wakanda? He embraces his power. I mean, we even see it in Thor Ragnarok when he's up against his sister Helena. He embraces the storm to engage all his full power. And I know I just went total nerd here and just went off the rail and started talking about Marvel and Thor.
I guarantee you everybody can somewhat relate
But
to
that's
this.
the best analogy that I can explain. Like, embrace the storm.
Yeah.
And don't back down from the enemy. Don't back down. You got to show them how strong you are, and you got to show them who you have on your side.
Yeah.
Right? Because ultimately, we have Jesus on our side, right? And nothing can defeat Jesus. Nothing can. And you just got to don't back down, man.
Yeah. And you think about it too, right? When you show up that you can't back down to that enemy, you also transform that enemy. That enemy transforms their entire way of perspective and their way of thinking, and they dude, you bring happiness into the world.
I mean, look at the in the Bible, look at the story of David and Goliath. Yeah. You know what I mean? He didn't back down.
No. I know you're getting like super like nervous.
I'm trying not to. I got stung by a wasp.
Just to let y'all know,
and I was like,
there's a big hornet's nest.
There's actually two. There's one over there.
One sitting right here. There might be one under my butt. Who knows?
I got stung by one once, and I was like, never again.
Oh, dude, there was one time I was a kid. I remember there was a nest on the window.
Oh, really?
Of the house, and I didn't have keys at the time, right? I mean, I was a kid, and I was playing outside with the kids, and it's my mom's window. I go to knock on it, to get into the house to get her attention. Dude, I didn't see the nest. As soon as I hit it, I look up and I just see them go poof.
Yeah.
And I go, oh shit.
See, if it was a bees, I wouldn't care. But wasps,
no, bro. They stung me so many times on my head. I was not having it. I was so frustrated.
Like, they're probably side-eyeing us right now, but we're also side-eyeing them.
Yes.
Like, look, you keep your distance, we'll keep ours.
Respect.
We'll get done here, we'll get out of your way.
Boundaries,
yeah.
Yeah. I love how you literally admitted, dude, I'm a huge Marvel fan.
I love Marvel.
Oh, dude, so am I.
I love it.
Okay, Thor, your favorite?
No, I'm actually. Well, if I say don't back down, who do you think is my favorite?
Cap?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you copycat.
100%. Captain America, the scene in Endgame, I mean, he was willing to fight an entire army.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the character, but also, side note, Chris Evans is a great actor for Captain America.
He's also one of the most handsome men in the world.
He really is, Chris Evans. He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking guy. But
I want to model my jawline off of him.
Dude, I in high school I tried to grow my hair out like him, but I couldn't. Yeah, in Endgame, you know how it was a little bit long. I couldn't. But anyways, he's Captain America's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I love his morals too, because they're questionable as you like watch the series over and over again. But I did like how he always like stuck with Peggy, right?
Peggy,
he always had her in mind, and at the end of the series, if y'all haven't seen it, they're like dancing at the end of the end game. Man, that's such a beautiful sight to see, because it's like we can still be good men in our life. Yeah,
absolutely, brother.
Yeah, like I do feel like our generation is pretty ugly out there, especially like in the dating world. I feel that, man, there's so many lost souls, like not lost souls, but like there's people lost in like what social media creates. There's like this false reality of being a playboy or a pimp, and I don't know, like when I've gone out with friends of mine, I feel like I can't relate sometimes when I'm out there. Like I feel kind of isolated. Like I make the best of any moment, and I go out and have fun and dance, but I do feel like I can't like make that connection.
No, social media has definitely changed the world significantly. And changed a lot of people's vision on relationships, friendships, morals, values, everything.
Yeah, you see some pretty ugly stuff on Reels sometimes, and you're like, okay.
But again, going back to faith, like that's why like we try to be like good Christian men. Is because we're surrounded by so much of just the outside world, essentially. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That social media and just non good stuff, you know, and we have to remain steadfast and you know, keep on the way of the Lord, you know, and
yeah,
try to be men
and
in
you
His
also
eyes.
want to set a good example too, especially for your like family members,
Yeah.
like your younger cousins or nephews or nieces, right?
Right.
Like you always got to think about like there's always somebody watching.
Yeah.
There's always somebody looking up to you.
Yeah.
And I can easily be a party animal. Right?
I mean, we all could.
Yeah, and
you know, we all could.
then I sit back and I go, wait. If they were to be here, if they're like, were to see me or hear a story, like,
Right. You don't want to disappoint them.
yeah, I don't.
You don't want to disappoint
I
them.
don't, man. I mean, it goes back to Captain America. I've been looking up to Captain America since the first movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first Avenger.
Yeah.
That was a good movie. It
Dude,
was a good movie.
so good. I can probably watch it tonight.
Valid.
Yeah. So let's do a little wrap up. What is, I know I sent you the questionnaire, but
Yeah.
what is the song that resonates with you the most right now?
This one was, I hope you know, when you texted me this, I hit shuffle like on my phone all day, every day, up until today.
Okay.
Trying to hope that a song would pop up. I'll say some honorable mention. I do have a song,
Okay.
but I'll say some honorable mentions. So before you got the camera rolling, we actually said Man in the Mirror by
Yeah.
Michael Jackson. Till You Can't by Cody Johnson.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. And From Now On from The Greatest Showman. I think that...
Oh, From Now On.
Have you ever watched it?
Yes.
You
I
have?
love The Greatest Showman.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Great
Yeah.
movie. And in the song, he talks about like, hey, I was someone else. That's not me no more. From now on, I'm going to be this guy, right?
Yeah.
But all in all, I think the song From Now On is probably like the... it was
It's
between...
like-
It was like this one. It was From Now On and this one that I'm about to say. But it's Note to Self by Randy Houser.
Note to Self.
Yeah. Note to
I
Self.
wonder if I've
by-
heard it. I'm going to make note of this.
You probably have, and it's a good song, and in the song he talks about things like to remember. Like one of the lines is like, "Remember, God's not going to do the praying for you. Money don't grow on trees. She may not like you, but she loves you all the time." Like just
Yeah.
things like that. Like Note to Self. I would say that's probably the song that resonates with me right now. And then From Now On from The Greatest Showman, Till He Can't, and then probably Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson.
Dude, that's crazy. So you're a big, like... Man, he's one of my best friends. Watch. I didn't know you were that big on The Greatest Showman, too.
Dude, it's easily like top 3 favorite movies of all time for me.
I was just doing a little karaoke session in the auditorium.
Yeah.
And I was trying to tell my buddy James about the first song in the movie where
A
he's
Million
like,
Dreams?
yes, A Million
Yeah.
Dreams. Dude, that one hits me hard because
Million
also
Dreams.
the story of it, right?
Yeah.
Because I grew up, my mom was a big romantic when it came to like movies and TV series,
Yeah.
and like The Notebook was like a big impact on me growing up as a kid.
Yeah.
And he wrote letters to her.
Yeah.
So then when I saw that he's writing letters to his best friend, that's essentially, I think she was in boarding school or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was at.
And he also did whatever he could because he couldn't afford to send it, right?
It was, yeah.
So like the story of
It's a
that
good
song.
movie. If no one has seen it, I highly recommend it. It's a star-studded cast too. I mean, you have Hugh Jackman, Zendaya, and Zac Efron, like as the stars. You know,
Yeah.
it's a really good movie, really good message. I'm probably gonna listen to the album.
Dude,
on the
I'm
way
gonna jam
home.
out to it right
yeah,
now.
I'm probably gonna listen to it on the way home. Really good movie though.
Yeah.
So definitely one of my top 3 favorites.
My Atlas 13 class, one of our songs is actually "This Is Me."
When
When you have like a team of people that are together singing it,
Yeah.
dancing, oh man,
yeah.
it's shell shocking. Actually, I did a quinceañera to that song. That was one of the songs we danced to. It was so cool.
Oh, really?
It was a circus themed quinceañera.
That's
Oh my-
awesome.
You could go
That
so
meant-
into
yeah.
depth. Oh man! All right, what's your go-to side hobby other than the gym and other than? Well, obviously church is a priority, right? So church, you can't include church. So other than the gym, what is your go-to side hobby?
golfing.
Yeah.
I love golfing. I'm not good at it. I mean, okay, I'm not like the worst, but I'm not gonna go out there and shoot par.
I mean, that's the beauty of the game, though. Like,
yeah,
you don't have to be good.
Right. I would say golf. Yeah, I love golf. Love being out there, whether it's a par 3 course or whether it's 18. Just being out there. I always put my phone away. Just being out there for whether you're playing a par 3, which is about an hour and a half, or you're playing 18, which is 3 to 4 hours, and just being outside, being in nature, being with friends, and just being in a good mental state of golf, and then ultimately bettering your game, right? Because there's going to be days where you're out there competing. But yeah, I love golf. Love everything about it. Love everything, with the game and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
Love the PGA.
All right, final question before we wrap it up. What is a perfect day for Sam Gonzales?
A perfect day.
The perfect day. I want you to enroll everybody into your vision of what the perfect day for you looks like.
I would say a perfect day would be waking up, obviously. Waking up, spending my morning time with the Lord. You know what? We'll say it's a Saturday. We'll say Saturday or Sunday.
Okay.
Waking up, maybe having like brunch with like family or friends. Maybe not even brunch. I love breakfast, so probably having like breakfast with friends or family. Spending some time, either, I guess it depends on the time of year, but maybe like in a pool or maybe golfing, doing some sort of activity that we're off our phone.
Yeah.
Reading the Bible, and then going to the gym. I'd say the gym has helped me a lot in recent weeks mentally. And then finishing up, with a prayer before bed. But any day, and that's the thing, I take every day by the day, and no matter what I do, I'm just so thankful and blessed for it. So a perfect day for me is just another day.
Yeah.
So time doesn't stop, right? Time keeps going. We can't.
Yes, it does.
I can't go back to yesterday, but I can live in today.
Yes, you
right?
can.
I can't plan for tomorrow. I can't go back yesterday, but I can live in today. So like right now, probably gonna gem out to The Greatest Showman, probably pick up dinner and go probably to the gym. I have some time. I actually got to record another podcast tonight, so probably go to the gym and go record that other podcast.
You got a twofer today.
A twofer, yeah.
Yeah.
Got a twofer.
Any last message you'd like to say to the folks?
I would just say, like I said, what I said earlier. Don't back down. Keep your faith first. Love everyone, and it doesn't hurt to be kind. And your kindness can change anyone and help everyone. Just be kind. It's free. I promise you, it's free. Someone cuts you off on the road, maybe they needed to go use the toilet. You know what I mean? Maybe they're in a rush to use the toilet. Or maybe you're in line and the customer service you're getting you don't like. Maybe they're just having a rough day. But just be kind. You could be the reason that someone smiles, and the world needs more smiles.
Yes, it does. Sam Gonzales, everybody. That concludes episode 2 of the Get to Know podcast. Thank you for being on the podcast,
Roman,
brother.
appreciate you bringing me on.